Good afternoon, everyone. So what do you do in Shipshewana on a rainy, sleepy little town on a Sunday when everything is closed up? So I've done some videos on Shipshe and showing you some of the horse and buggies and some of the shops. But you might know it's raining today. So I don't leave out until tomorrow. So what I decided to do is trying to set up a little, I don't want to knock you down, thing here. I tried to find some magazines. I didn't bring my computer. That might be one thing you want to do if you're going to stay over the weekend in Shipshewana. Bring some reeds or bring your laptop. Because if it rains, there's not a whole lot to do. So if it wasn't raining, I was going to go back downtown and do some more little videoing and pictures. So I don't know how long this is supposed to stay raining, but it's coming through here. It was really coming down like cats and dogs, or maybe I should say this time like horse and buggies. I don't know. So what I decided to do is I did find this book. And it's backward to you, isn't it? Okay. Visit Shipshewana. At the Love of Shipshewana Country, Indiana. It's a 2024 travel guide. So this is probably going to be a lengthy video because I'm actually going to take you through this and give you information, because I had one lady already say that she lived in Ohio and was only about an hour and a half away, and I guess had never been here. I've been here several times, like I mentioned, because I'm originally from the area. Shipshewana is just south of the Indiana-Michigan line. So it's real easy access off from the toll road. So we're going to get started. Now there's a lot in this area to do. Besides Shipshewana, there are other towns around here. So I might mention some of those. I'm going to try, when I mention something, I'm going to try and remember to mention the town. Okay? So there is a table of contents. And in this table of contents, it is see and do, shopping, eats and treats, and there's plenty of that. So if you're a foodie, you're in the right place. And outdoor recreation, lodging, other resources, and visitor center. So some of these shops I was already to yesterday. So there are trip tips. So Shipshewana and LaGrange counties in the Eastern Time Zone, and they observe daylight savings time. Watch for slow-moving vehicle signs and beware on all roads because of the horse and buggies. Accidents do happen, and you know, actually this is their place. This is their place. Make your first stop at the Shipshewana and LaGrange County Visitor Center if you've never been here. And usually visitor centers have books, you know, that you could pick up on the history of Shipshewana and the Amish, because their lifestyle is very different than ours. And even years ago, it was even different. There's a moth flying around. So, okay. It's centrally located. From Chicago, it's a 2-hour drive. That's nothing. Detroit is 3 hours. Grand Rapids, Michigan is 2-hour drive. And Indianapolis is a 3-hour drive. Oh, Shipshewana. It is a small town, a population of 839 people. Like nowhere else. Except on Sundays, the Amish religious holidays. Every day begins with the smell of fresh baked cinnamon rolls, the jingling bells of shop doors, and the clip-clopping of horses' hooves. And you might hear that in the background from this video. They are a simple, mindful living. It's a choice. And we invite you to try it as well. Feel free to slow down and enjoy learning about the Amish lifestyle by visiting the Amo Hoff Museum. And you can take buggy tours also. I think they're like $25, and there's one of them downtown, and that's probably be mentioned again as I go through. So I'm not going to read all this. Come and explore. Eats and drinks and shopping. So what it consists of here in LaGrange County, in the area, is LaGrange, Howe, Mondo, Wolcott, and Topeka. In January, they have an ice festival and chili cook-off. February, they have pajama day sales. In March, they have March Madness, Maker's Event, and Maple Syrup Days. You can find fresh made maple syrup in the stores here. April is Shipshewana Flea Market. It starts on the 30th and it ends on September 25th. It runs on Tuesdays and Wednesdays only. And believe me, that will be a day in itself. It is acres and acres of flea market. May, it's Mayfest. In June, it's Pumpkin Vine Trail Ride. We'll get into that later. July, it's Moonlight Ride. August, LaGrange Steam and Gas Show. September is Bluegrass Week. In Mongo, it's Mongo's Pigeon River Fest. October, Corn School. And that is in Howe. Howe, Indiana. Fall Crafters Fair and Howe's Fall Fest. November is Wana Night Out, Lighting of Shipshewana, Lights of Joy. December, Kids Day with Santa, Chocolate Day, Gingerbread House Competition, and Noel Christmas Spectacular. Now, we're going to go into See and Do. There is a Cook's Bison Ranch in Wolcott, Dutch Creek Farm Animal Park in Shipshewana. I want to pronounce everything as close as possible. Stutzman's Dairy. So you can actually go to a dairy farm. There's plenty of things to do for all ages here. But you got to remember, everything is closed up on Sunday. Shipshewana Trading Place Flea Market. Shipshewana Trading Place Auction. Huge auction barn. Shipshewana Carousel. That is located in the Davis Mercantile on the 3rd floor. I did not make it to that. I wish I would have known about that. I went through the Mercantile, but I didn't go to the different floors. Your Buggy Lane Tours, Great Life Tours, My Amish Indiana, Mullet Tours, Orly Tours. These, I believe, are horse and buggy tours. The Shipshe Tour Lady, I'm not sure what that is. Hall of Heroes Superhero Museum in Elkhart. It shows like Batman. And again, Minnow Hall, that you can go to, and that will tell the Amish story in itself. Ruth Meer Museum Campus in Elkhart. And these places I mentioned, other than Shipshewana itself, is within your driving distance. So you could make Shipshewana your home base and adventure out from there. There is a botanical garden in Elkhart. Fruit Hills Winery and Orchard in Bristol. The Barns at Napanee and Round Barn Theater in Napanee, Indiana. Now, Off the Beaten Path. It's new, it's free, it's fun. What is this free trail? It's an unforgettable self-guided driving tour. Discover over 60 Amish cottage industry shops. Ways to explore at the visitor center. And they also have group tours off the beaten path. They offer in this book an idea of Girls' Day itinerary where you start from 8 a.m. and end at 9 p.m. That's a full day. There are woodcraft stores here. There is a bee honey store. Caroline's Kitchen in Topeka. Looks like jams and jellies. Countryside Creation. Dutch Country Market in Middlebury. Essence Bakery. If you come here, you have to go to Middlebury and go to the Essence House. You can stay there too. There's plenty to do on that property. Wonderful, wonderful food there. Heritage Ridge Creamery in Middlebury. Lambright Country Chimes here in Shipshe. If I don't mention a different town, kind of figure that it's here in Shipshe. Layman's Variety Store in LaGrange. Nature Unlimited in Topeka. Birdhouses. Silver Star Leather in here. Purses, handbags, belts, everything leather crafted. Yoder's Rug Weaving in Topeka. A Thankful Heart in Shipshewana. Annie Oakley Natural Perfumery. Ligonier. Furniture stores. The Cherry Pickers. Royal Painting Studio. Riverwood Pottery. Salt Wellness Therapy. And Yoder's Meat and Cheese. And had I mentioned before in other video, a lot of things here are Yoder's. I went to the Meat and Cheese yesterday and picked up some wonderful things to take back home. E&S Sales Bulk Foods. And I want to mention there is also these country Amish stores that you can go into to buy food. I revisited one yesterday. There is a Yoder popcorn store here. Corn Crib Cafe. Five Lakes Coffee. And there is plenty of quilting here. All kind of fabric stores. Amish quilts. Quilting groups and retreats. Caroline's Cottage Cottons. Now that's in Rome City. Cornuopia. Craft House Fabrics and Gifts. More quilts and fabric stores. Lolly's Fabrics. The Cotton Corner. More fabrics. The Quilt Shop at Essence House in Middlebury. Yoder's Department Store. You could go on in Yoder's Department Store. It's been there from the start for years. Two Chicks in a Chair. Now it does have an Ace Hardware here. They also have a Dollar General. There are no light grocery stores here. Back home again. Looks like they have Home Goods. Apple Creek Alley. That has home good dishes and such. Oh, Country Road Store. They carry different things in there, like some Columbia, Hey Dude, some Bourne, Wolverine, Carolina, Justin boots. Esh Sales. Got some outdoor patio furniture. Oh boy, it just goes on and on. Gifted Hand Village, Happy Paws Pet Shop, Head Over Heels, Kids Creations, Footwear and Gifts, shopping, shopping, shopping. There is also, if you pick up one of these books, there is a great map in there for you. Let's go ahead and skip through some of this. Yoder's Red Barn Shops, Yoder's Shipping, Shipshewana Hardware, Troyer's Saddlery and Carriage, Village Boutique, Cross Timbers Woodworks, Amish Made Furniture Stores, Eats and Treats, let's go there. Okay, there is the Auction Restaurant. There is the Blue Gate Restaurant and Bakery. Oh, yes. The Carriage House, Tiffany's Restaurant, Duchesson's House again, and then there's East of Chicago Pizza, Red Bud Coffee, Tea, Cafe, Fireside Craft Burgers and Brew. There is Wanna Cup Ice Cream. That is a big plus. And before you come in here, coming from the north end, there is Yups Ice Cream. Used to go there growing up. It's on the corner, and it's just the creamiest ice cream. Unbelievable. The same with Wanna Cup. Amish Frozen Custard, then Soft Pretzels, Country Lane Bakery, JoJo's Pretzels, Kitchen Cupboard, there's some Hawaiian Shave Ice, Mom's Ice Cream, Rise and Roll Bakery and Deli. I am going to try, the only place that's open, it shows it's open, is the Vanilla Bean Creamery. They say we set ourselves apart by using real premium ingredients in our 100% homemade ice cream. That is handcrafted in small batches. Our waffle cones are made fresh daily with homemade from scratch dough. I'm hoping that it's open. It was supposed to open at 2 o'clock today. Shauna Ray's Bakery Cafe, the Black Sheep from Scratch Kitchen. They have fishing, hunting, kayak canoeing. You can launch your boat. Mondo, Indiana. Outdoor and parks and trails. There is the Dallas Lake Park, Delt Church Park, Maplewood Nature Park, Pine Knob Park. Ride where the Amish ride. What is the Pumpkin Vine Trail? I wanted to do this, but they don't rent their bikes by the hour, and they do have e-bikes. It's $30 a day for regular bikes and $60 a day for e-bikes. But they do close pretty early at 4 o'clock. So I'm going to read a little bit on the trail. So I was disappointed and I didn't load up my bike. A solid surface biking, walking trail connecting the towns of Elkhart, Goshen, Middlebury, and Shipshe. It's a well-maintained 17-mile trail weaves through the beautiful northern Indiana countryside that offers stops along the way to sit in the shade, grab some lunch or ice cream, and see the Amish farms. You'll probably see Amish ride along. So I looked to see where the bike rental was. There is a bike rental here in Shipshe, and there is more than one. And then there's a bike rental in Middlebury, so wherever you wanted to start. Trailheads. There is a trailhead at Depot Street in Shipshe, Oxbow Park in Elkhart, 5th Street in Goshen, Abshire Park in Goshen, and 4 in Middlebury, and 1 in Shipshe Middlebury. They have that combined. Bike rentals. Rentals made online and pick up at Farmstead Inn at Shipshe. Pumpkin Vine Cyclery, that's where I stopped at. You can, like I say, make them online. Now we're going to go into lodging. There is Amish Log Cabin Lodging. There is Retreat at Shipshewana Lake. Hollow Ridge Lodging in Middlebury. Evie Pines RV Park in Bristol. My grandparents would take us to Evie Pines roller skating rink. I don't know if it still exists. We'd go down there on Saturdays, and that was like the place to be on Saturdays, was to go to Evie Pines roller skating. Elkhart County Middlebury KOA. Stayed there before in their cottages. And Grandview Bend Campground in Howe. North Park Campground in Shipshe. Shipshe Campground South Park. Actually, instead of where I stop, where I'm staying at Van Buren Hotel, I wish I would have seen this. They have some really nice lodging there at the Shipshewana Campground South Park. That puts you right into it. And some of the cabins, not the camping cabin, but the other cabins are full cabins with including linen. Twin Mills Camping Resort, that is in Howe. About the Amish, you could educate on the education and professions of the Amish. Their modern technology, that some of them, I notice more and more are using modern technology, or allowed to, let's put it that way. Photography. They really don't like to be photographed. That is discouraged by the Amish church to avoid contributing to vanity. Some Amish are fine having their pictures taken if they do not show it, if you do not take of their face. Please respect the Amish. Religion. Amish and Mennonite religions grew up out of Anabaptism, which began in Switzerland in the 1500s. The Amish are Christians living the Amish lifestyle. Amish and Mennonites do not work on Sundays, so their businesses will be closed. I actually have Mennonite in my family. Did you hear the clip-clop? I watched them this morning gather for their Sunday gathering. They were all headed, they all go to one place, like I mentioned in that video. They all gather in one place, and there will be a whole field full of buggies, and they will have things set up outside, and that is their gathering. Hundreds of Amish. And there were little children, barefooted, and it was just great. So yeah, I do have some Amish in me. My grandmother lived in Middlebury, and she lived to be 101 years old. She wore a little bonnet. She had a house. Now, that part of the South, they had vehicles. There's plenty of lodging here. Bed and breakfast. There's a Best Western in Goshen. There's a Best Western in Howe. Blue Gate Garden Inn. There's another motel here. There's a conference center. Farmstead Inn and Conference Center. I don't want to belittle any place to stay, but I, I would not stay in Howe or Sturgis. If you want to be in the area, closer to the area, I would stay, you know, in Shipshewana or Middlebury. Goshen, LaGrange. What else do we have here? The Van Buren Hotel. It's very clean here, and I'm pretty picky. There is a 1980, let's get this right, 1898 Barnes Guest House in Middlebury. There's a buggy stop away in Shipshe, a Bright Morning Star bed and breakfast in Middlebury, Farm Yard Inn in Shipshe, Highfield Manor bed and breakfast in LaGrange, Mackenzie House bed and breakfast in Middlebury, Meadows Inn bed and breakfast in Middlebury, Morton House in Shipshe, Old Carriage Inn in Shipshe, Old Tin Rooster Air&B in Shipshe, the Diamond Lake Cottage in Walker, Indiana. So we're at the end of this, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Oh, also at the Blue Gate restaurant and theater, they do have theater shows here. That is something you might be interested in, and you can see that full schedule online. And they have wonderful food. I ate there yesterday, as I videoed, and had a roasted turkey dinner. And it was great. And I mean, it was like maybe at the most at 5 minutes after I ordered it, and it was in front of me, and it was hot and steaming, and it was just delicious. I haven't had a meal like that in like forever, and I can't say there was any complaints there whatsoever. So I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.